That black yo magic, 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 magic, black yo magic.
Today we are here to talk about,
Edit that out, Chief.
talk about breakups. Break up to make up, that's all we do. Okay, so we are here to talk about breakups and sister.
No, so basically we are all going to talk about how we deal with it.
Talk about
how we deal with breakups. Go first. And then we can get some advice.
how do you deal with a breakup?
Basically, like I said, I close myself off from everybody because I got to take a minute to myself to get all my thoughts and stuff together. And then once I get my thoughts together, I feel like I need to be around my friends and my family because they help me when I am dealing with the breakup. Because I learned that when I close myself off like that, I just go into depression and I'm just crying and it's just not helping the situation. So I feel like I have to lean on my friends and my family so that I could feel a little better or get their advice and just having their company. It just helps me a lot.
You be crying?
Yeah, of course, it's a breakup.
But I'm not gonna lie, you don't seem like
I'm
emotional.
A crybaby.
She is emotional.
I'm very emotional. I'm a Cancer.
Really?
I'm sensitive as fuck.
I don't see that side. Like me, I don't see that from you.
Well, of course, cousin, why would you see that side from me? Like, the only time you would see that side from me is if something happened to somebody,
No, exactly. That's the only time but as far as, boys, you've always seemed so player to me,
no,
seriously.
But I'm human. I have feelings.
Right.
I'm
yeah.
human. And I'm a Cancer. Like I said, I'm very sensitive, but yeah, I close myself off
That's why
until
I'm,
I feel
crying.
like I need to go lean on my family and friends, and they help me get through the situation.
For me, I feel like I heavily lean on my friends too, my close circle, and ask them to make sense of it. Like, this is a situation. Should I leave? Why should I leave? And really talk through it, because in the back of my mind, I already have my mind made up. I know what I'm doing, but I just need them to help me reevaluate the situation and be like, this is why it doesn't make sense to stay. And then I just process it.
Right.
I mean, it's hard, obviously, because that goes back to being complacent or just being comfortable with the person. But if you're not happy, it doesn't make sense to stay.
Yep.
Sister?
Okay, let me think about what do I do. Sorry. Okay, so I know the first thing I probably do is pray. Just so I can just have peace about the decision that I'm making. So I pray. And then, like everybody already said, I definitely don't isolate myself. When I'm going through something like that, I like my people to be around me and to just be with me. Like, when I think back to the breakup that I had with my son's dad, they was at my house all the time.
I had a key.
Yes.
Okay,
so I just think it's just helpful to have positive energy around you and just have people uplifting you and reminding you you're beautiful, you're worth so much more, and we're gonna help you get past this. So just having peace in the decision, I think, is helpful, and then having good people around you to support you through it.
Definitely, because breakups bring a big toll on your body, just everything.
It brings on a lot of stress.
Just because you, that person is so incorporated in your life. You wake up with that person. You're scheduled to commuting if you're commuting with that person. It's just a part of you, a part of your routine. So it's not easy to shift. Nobody likes change.
Sister, what do you do?
I definitely go into isolation mode. I want to be left alone. Even, and not in a rude sense, I just know that my friends are going to try to help me get out of this, but I can't even get out of this. So it's I don't want to become so dependent on my family, my friends, my people to get me out of this, because like Marissa said, this is so much deeper than a conversation. I wake up with this person, I am doing it to this person, which we talked about in a previous video about sharing endorphins and releasing those pheromones that really make you be in love. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just really don't want to, and I have this problem with thinking my problems are weighing my friends down. That's my own, I'll get over it one day, but that's something that I know that I do. I'd be I don't want to bother you. You're happy right now, or you just had this going on. And they're no, you're a part of me. I want to know. But in my mind, and that's just something that I go through, I believe that I will be basically putting a burden on you because my life at that time is a burden. During a breakup, that is a burden. So isolation for me, for sure. I really just want to be left alone.
Right. That worked for some people, don't work for other people. Like, it really worked for me though.
But my people don't let me. Okay,
but I feel like you should not isolate yourself for a long time. Like, take that little time you need to get your thoughts together, and then be around people, because that really help a lot.
But that's the thing with me. How do you know how much is too much time? Because I will ignore, and then people start popping up on me.
Because I be like, okay, this is too much. I can't handle it. Like, I need to be around my friends and my family. I had enough of sitting here being sad for myself,
and when you're all in your head too, I think that's enough. That's when thoughts start happening and people start falling into depression, and you need people to remind you that you are beautiful. Life, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
And like you said, the thoughts go in your head, and I feel like sometimes you convince yourself to go back, because it's just like
that's all hard. You're like, I need it.
So it's like better to have your family and your friends so they can remind you.
So that's how we deal with breakups.
So I think just to wrap this though, we should, for clarity, let's talk about what not to do. We said, like, don't isolate yourself for too long.
For too long, yeah.
Don't go back if it's not
definitely don't go
if
back.
it's not healthy.
And if you are the one leaving the relationship, I feel like just make sure you're really ready to leave the relationship.
Be
so
honest
that
with
you won't
yourself.
go back to the relationship, because then it's like it's pointless. You leaving for now just to go back. So really reevaluate everything. Sit there and think to yourself, like, is this what you really want? Like,
you must be honest, especially dealing with a breakup. You have to be, because then you and that person will just be in limbo, going around in a whirlwind circle, and nobody's going to be, unless you're going back with the intention of really making stuff work from both parties. And that's where it got to be an understanding. Like, you got to sit down and really unless that's going on, then okay, we've all been there. Then that's when you're like, all right, we've had time to have space. Now this is what I want from you. This is what you want from me. But if you're like, this is over, I can't have peace around this person.
Right.
Then definitely, like I said, like, putting those thoughts into play, like, okay, I can't do this, and really standing in that, because you can't do it when they're around,
Exactly.
right? So, and you want them gone, so do it when they're in, when they're gone. That is really your jump start to go.
Yeah, you need to figure out what it is that makes you feel confident and feel like you're owning that decision.
Right,
you're
like
able to stand in power, because if not, you will be reduced back down to like those thoughts that Marissa talked about, and they'll convince you to go the other way.
And then you'll just go back to square one.
Yeah, and why go through the hurt just to do it all over again?
Exactly.
It's pointless, baby, and I've been there, so don't do it. Don't do it. 3 words.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'll put that across the screen.
Yeah, don't do it. If you're thinking about going back, and there's no like real help me out, sister. There's no
real change.
There's no real change. Don't do it. You want to text him? Don't do it.
And I think one small thing to say is, because the truth is when you do deeply care or love somebody, you do want to give them the opportunity to convert on feedback or to see transformation. If you've given them that opportunity and you have not seen the change or transformation, you need to be comfortable enough to stand in your own truth and say, like, I've shared with them, I've communicated, I've given them the space and opportunity. If they're not going to do it, I need to remove myself. Because let's just be real. One thing about it is, even if they don't want to be with you the way that you might want to be with them, they also don't want to see you being with somebody else.
Exactly.
So they're not going to let you just be free. They're not going to let you liberate yourself from them.
And that's
so
why you got to be strong enough.
Ooh,
Our spirits were aligned.
You gotta be strong enough. You gotta be strong enough. And knowing and just speaking for myself, just because you slip doesn't mean you're not being strong enough.
Exactly.
And that's what was always my problem. I felt like because I was, going back to like, oh my God, I just want to talk to, because I've had heartbreaks from girls and boys. So it's like, oh my God, I don't want them to be with somebody else. But it's like, sis, you gotta realize if they're stressing you out,
they're gonna shut that person out too.
They're gonna shut that person out. Or whatever wasn't working for us, it might work for sis.
Right.
You not being able to communicate might not work with me, but she might be like, I'm not a good communicator either.
And just look at each other. You have to remember yourself. Like I remember when I was leaving my son's dad, he said, it don't even matter who you be with because they're not going to love you how I loved you. And let's just say, thank God they don't.
Right.
And you have to know that. You have to know, like, you can't think about what might happen with the next woman. Think about what you want for you, what you deserve, what you're worthy of, and what is ideal for you. You shouldn't be thinking about nobody else. When you're having those kinds of reflections and evaluations with yourself, only be thinking about you, what is specific to you, because you'll start letting those thoughts wander, and it's like those people are irrelevant to you. If they go be with somebody else, let them, because you know what it was with you, and you didn't like that. So,
and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be the same shitty situation, and if it's not, then
it wasn't meant
cares?
for you.
It wasn't meant. It wasn't meant for you.
And just for all my gypsies out there, I also dealt with my breakup by doing my crystal work. I'm pretty sure my sister, well, I know for a fact she was diving into her word with her Bible, but
get a hobby.
Get a hobby. I was writing, I was reading, I was, like I said, I was doing my crystal work. I was also praying, I was meditating. I was really trying to align myself with the Most High. That's what I was doing.
It's interesting.
Was it for me?
Yeah.
On YouTube videos or watching people on YouTube.
Keep busy.
For me, it's interesting because I feel like I'm already such a motivational person or motivated, but when I do deal with a breakup, it gives me that much more to want to do more, you know?
Yep.
Because you have more time to focus on you. When your relationship is you and that person. But when you just have time for you, maybe reading more or working harder or building a platform for yourself. So,
and the other last tip that I do just want to give is, like, when you're going through a breakup, I know people always say, like, the quickest way to get over a breakup is just to get with somebody else.
I hate that.
Give yourself time.
I hate that.
Give yourself time to
I
heal.
hate that.
Give yourself time to be alone, to figure out what you do want.
Especially sexually. Not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Not especially sexually. Because that is not going... No.
Yeah, and the reason why I say this, and we've talked about this before too, sister, is because if you enter into another situation and you're not ready, you're bringing in your insecurities, you're bringing in your damage, you're bringing in your pain, and you don't need to inflict that upon somebody else if you're just not ready to do this whole, relationship thing. It's okay to give yourself time, and it's not to say it won't be hard, because it definitely is, but just know that you need that time to process what you went through and to figure out how you want to move forward before you go into something else committed. Like,
you're super vulnerable too at that point. When
so don't do that. That's one of the things. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But before we end this video, how many chances do you think is like too many chances?
That's an open-ended question. Like, it really depends. Because what if? What if somebody was beating you, right? You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe in repeated behavior.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, of course, for us, we would tell her, leave now. Right? But she might be like, this is only the first. You don't know. Everything is different. You might deal with a compulsive cheater. You might deal with somebody who's not a good communicator. You might be with somebody who really, it's so many type of different guys. So many different women. It's levels. So for that, I'm just going to say, like, we would be here for an hour and a half.
Well, I can just give it to you short and sweet.
Okay.
I believe in consistency. So like I said, this is why communication in a relationship is so incredibly important. If I tell you, I don't like the way you moving in this area, this is how it makes me feel. If I don't see you shifting, then why am I going to give you the opportunity to continue to do something that's hurting me or unsettling for me? So I believe in consistency. If I don't see consistent behavior, then I'm out. And I feel like I don't have an issue doing that because, first of all, we're young. And even if we weren't, like, the point is there's plenty of people out there. And I just hope that you all know that. Like, whoever you're with, even if you've been with them for years, there's always somebody else out there that will treat you better and give you what you want and what you need. So don't sit in things for the sake of being in them. So if they're not being consistent, they're not converting on feedback.
Peace.
Be out.
That black girl magic. That black girl magic. So like,
comment,
subscribe,
share.
Notifications on.
Oh, they're getting it, cousin. They're getting it. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel like we're on like Hey guys, welcome to
Black Girl Magic,
where everyone has a seat at the table. Come on now. Oh, it gets me every fucking time. Every time. Sister, I need you to write a saying for my channel because that gets me amped. I'm perspirated. Girl, my lashes be coming off every time. All right, guys. So today we are here to talk about
breakups. Chica, what
are you doing?
I'm just trying to fix it.
You didn't.
You just ruined it. What the fuck? First of all, you're new to this, not true to this. Don't you ever get up. Don't you ever get up on production. car production. You are new to this. I'm sure this is gonna get up and fix the ring light. Well, I don't know who Angelica thinks she is. She got it and then turned it into mind you, mid-sentence. She's like, you know what? I can't see me. My girl. She did. Don't ever do it again is what I'm saying. Don't you ever touch this.
Mid-sentence though, that's what
She was like, nope. She like was one of them ladies at church like, hold on. She was like, I'm not feeling it. I can't see me. I'm not feeling it. I want to be seen.
Wait, stop.
I want people to see me. Okay.